Hi, and welcome to Ruminations with Eli Love, where today's topic is going to be about everyone's process is their own, and so that makes things sometimes a little more difficult if you don't keep that in mind, because everyone has their process or way of doing things. Now, it may be that some share processes because they were taught by someone, such as their parents or a friend, on how to do something, and so they do it that same way. But that doesn't mean that the way that someone accomplishes something or does something is the best way. Yes, you can find efficiencies. Yes, things work better in some cases. You can anticipate, you can try to attempt to, when you're working with someone else, to help make that process easier. But the thing is that you got to remember, if what you're trying to do doesn't fit in their process, no matter how much sense it makes to you, logically, then it may not work at all. And so you have to acknowledge that, or else you may find frustration and get upset. So know that everyone's process is different. Respect that. Appreciate that. Recognize that. And when you do, you might even learn some things yourself. Let me give you an example. So when you go to a drive-thru to place an order, let's say I go to a fast food restaurant like McDonald's. And, I could order, let's say I go in and I say, yes, please give me a number one with just the number one with a Coke to drink or something like that. And so they're always going to ask you, no matter what. You could try to repeat other things like, do you want small, medium, or large? Is that all that you want? And maybe you didn't say the Coke to drink. Maybe you just said, give me a number one, because that's all that you really need to say for a lot of their process. But so me, I try to jump out ahead of it because I know that they're going to ask, what size do you want? What drink do you want? Is that all? And so I'll say, yes, can I get a number one, please? Medium with fries, Coke, zero to drink, and that's all. What's the next thing they say? Okay, number one, what size do you want? Would you like, what would you like to drink with that? Is that all? Does that complete your order? No matter what, I filled it all in, I said it, I stated it up front. Sometimes it's just too much. I found that just sometimes it's too much for you to fill in all the blanks, because people are programmed and people expect to kind of go through that process rather than someone filling in all the blanks. So interesting. And that's probably gotten me in a lot of trouble because I'm a person who anticipates. I'm a person who sees all the little blanks to fill in and fills them in. Yes, I miss other stuff. Heck, I couldn't even change out my battery the other day in my Oculus Rift controller. I couldn't get it open. I couldn't turn on my drone, but I could do the most technical, high-end things. But I have problems with these little things. I can do them, but still, it's just I'm struggling with it. And I'm going, why am I struggling taking this battery thing off? Why am I struggling powering on my drone because it said to push and then push again? So it's a little different. Things were a little trickier for me because my process is, well, this should be really simple. It's not simple. And I somewhat become a little overwhelmed. So it's the same thing, I think. For example, where I live, the address, it's not right. And so it's just basically, if I were to order some type of pizza delivery, let's say, or Uber Eats or whatever, if they come to my place, then if they use the physical address in their GPS, they're going to go next door, way down. Now, if they use the name, which is also I put in there to tell them where to go, then they're going to go they could find my location at least when they drop by. But once again, what's their process? What if they're a go by the GPS only type of person? Okay? Then that means it's going to put them down there and they're not going to have trouble finding it. They're going to keep calling you. They're not going to be able to figure it out. That's what I've had happen. What if, though, they're a person that if they go by GPS, you can fix that. I can put a number that's a higher number. So instead of 1515, I can put 1535 and it'll work. But what about those people who are technical and go, well, this is not 1535. That's 1515. And so for them, they still have the same problems too. So really, you can try to circumvent the process. You don't know what you're going to get. You just sometimes have to accept it. Everybody's process is different. And so, it's super sunny right now in my eyes as I drive through here. But so, I just want you to think about that today. So when you're out there and you're communicating with other people, it still is a pretty difficult thing to do. Remember, their process is different than yours, and respect that, and be patient and pay attention. It's Ruminations with Eli Love. Have a go. And just to make this fun, I'm going to go through an order right now and place my order at Zaxby's. So we'll see how this works out.
Thanks, Zach. It's Ebony. How can I help you?
Yes, I'd like the chicken sandwich meal, please.
All right. What would you like for your drink?
I'd like a Coke Zero.
All right. Cake and chicken sandwich with a Coke Zero. What else can we get for you?
That's all.
All right. 654. Go ahead and pull around, please.
Okay, thank you. You see, I didn't try to circumvent the process. I actually went along with what they were saying, and it made the order much simpler. So I accepted their process. Got to remember to do that more often in life, because that actually does help.